Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and we are in our tier 10 Khabarovsk and we are currently playing on Shatter. We have a Missouri, Bismarck, Amagi, 2 Minotaurs, a Buki, Donskoy, Hipper, Shimakaze, Khabarovsk, a Grossovoy, Fletcher on our team. On the enemy team there is a Missouri, a Bismarck, Minotaur, Hindenburg, 2 Neptunes, a Togo, 2 Shimakazes, Khabarovsk, Udaloy, and a Kagero. And I really have to say, I love the Khabarovsk, and I guess this is kind of relevant, especially with the recent update to 6.3, is the fact that the whole nerfing to Invisifiring, I don't really like how they did it. I'm not a big fan with the just sledgehammer, no one gets it effect. Now, the Khabarovsk really doesn't have to worry about that because generally, this is how she plays. She plays at long range, she fires, her shells go straight to target, and it's alright for her, but any other destroyers, especially I'm looking at the Fletcher, I'm looking at the Gearing, who have very lofty shell arcs, have that difficulty firing at long range. And I agree, I understand. It's annoying as hell dealing with a destroyer that can essentially Invisifire, and you have no idea, or you have no way of shooting them. And I agree, it's very annoying. So I've moved into be a very ballsy move on my part, very ballsy. I thought I might do some fun, and we are spotted, and instantly we see the enemy Udaloy and a enemy Shimakaze. Look at my torpedoes, hoping to at least catch the Shimakaze with torpedoes. And there's the other Shimakaze as well. The Udaloy has opened up against us. Go ahead, drop my torpedoes, and I get around the island, and we are no longer detected. Now, our engine is knocked out, but the good news is the Shimakaze was actually coming towards us, so there's not likely he's able to get those torpedoes off. So we can slow up a little bit and kind of wait for this Udaloy. Now, I probably should have kept my torpedoes for this Udaloy, but it's alright. This Udaloy is essentially committing suicide. He's just rushing in. Not likely he's going to be able to do anything. Everyone's firing at him. He's going to go down any moment there. There he goes, and the Minotaur takes kill. Looks like he did get torpedoes off. Actually, yeah, that looks like those are the Udaloy's torpedoes. And with that taken care of, we can slowly back in and assist base capture. But at the exact same time, you can see the entire enemy force, except for the 3 destroyers, went to the east side, which means C is free to be captured. And we do have the Grossovoy actually over there. Now, he has spotted the enemy Shimakaze. I believe the Grossovoy has spotted the enemy Shimakaze, so I'm actually going to quickly get over there and try to assist this Grossovoy. Now, the Grossovoy, it's not as good as it used to. Once again, Wargaming went back prior to releasing the new ship and hit it with a nerf, and now it's not as good. It's nothing compared to a Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk still will outgun it. The torpedoes are a little bit better, memory serves me, but apparently it's not as good as the Khabarovsk could ever be. So we're going to quickly get over here to C, and unfortunately for the Grossovoy, we're going to get assisted base capture with them. Probably not what he's really wanting, but my plan was to actually try to get around this island, try to assist taking out these Shimakaze. We know at least one Shimakaze is in at least the smoke screen, and looks like he is detected, I believe, by the Grossovoy. I think the Grossovoy is actually spotting him from the other side of the smoke screen. Now, I have no way to actually be able to fire at this Shimakaze, so I'm going to try to quickly get around. Once again, the Khabarovsk is a very, very fast destroyer, and this Shimakaze is not having the best of luck. He goes back into the smoke screen, and I have to be careful of torpedoes, but it looks like the Shimakaze, yeah, goes down to the friendly Minotaur, and that's pretty good. That, I think, is the second. No, both Minotaurs have 1 kill. I forgot that we had to. So I go ahead and fire at the only target. Once again, the Hakaym has no problem firing at range. This is kind of what the Hakaym is designed for. You can see that I'm a little rusty with my aim. The second salvo went a little behind, but I get my aim adjusted. Then a Missouri does pop up, showing a nice broadside to us. So I go ahead and switch over to armor piercing and try to get some penetration on him. But I think he's actually going to try to turn in. Yeah, we're going to have to switch over to high explosive if at all possible. We get a few thousand points of damage. Unfortunately, we do lose our Ibuki, which is unfortunate. And you have to keep in mind the Hakaym's torpedoes are about 10 kilometers, so we can actually use this to our advantage. And as you will see, I do use it multiple times in this game. So I'm going to actually try to get my ass of a ship around, and it looks like the Missouri is actually turning away, so we probably should aim our torpedoes a little bit more forward. He does land a big hit on us, not too bad, nothing we can't stand, but that's all right. Now I haven't tested out the what is it, the heel on the Hakaym. Never test that. And it looks like there's a Shimikaze just sitting still. Open fire at him. It looks like he's AFK. I think he's actually AFK. And it looks like the captain actually just came back. I believe he just came back. Or the fact that our smoke is actually around us. Nope. The Shimikaze captain actually just came back from being AFK. He probably lost connection, and as soon as he came back in, he realized he was being fired on and quickly pops smoke and disappears. Now we do lose our Amagi, and you can see we have lost every single battleship on our team, plus one cruiser. They have lost 2 destroyers, a cruiser, and their battleship. They still have the Missouri around, but the major issue is going to be those destroyers and the cruisers. Those are my main concern. They're the most potent threat that we can deal with. Now, unfortunately for us, we can't really see anyone, so we're actually going to quickly move in another direction. Now, the enemy Shimikaze was blind firing into the empty smoke screen ahead of us, and we are detected, I believe, by the Shima. No, I think it's actually the Kagero. And get hit slightly. Go ahead and repair our engine. And it was the enemy Kagero. Gonna quickly take sight of him. See if we can kill him. But unfortunately, I think he's gonna get away due to this island. But at the exact same time, this island does save me from any more damage. We have taken about half health right now. And if I had Adrenaline Rush, ooh, the Khabarovsk would be very scary. It would be incredibly scary. Now, we have lost our Fletcher to the enemy Shimikaze. The enemy Shimikaze is northwest of B at the moment and is currently picking away at our friendlies. Now, we do have a Hipper and a Donskoy out far west, and the majority of our team, especially the Minotaurs, are hiding within B at the moment. Now, I wasn't really thinking we were going to win this. You'll kind of understand. It gets really close at the end, and the Minotaur drops torpedoes right as I'm passing in front, and he also has to worry about the Gros Savoy, who's actually reversing, but fortunately for him, misses us also, and I accidentally steal a kill on the Otago. Not bad, but it's carrying kill. So right now we are, I believe, even on ships. We have 5-5 right now. And the enemy Shimikaze once again has dropped torpedoes, all 15 towards B. Fortunately, I do spot them, and I am detected, which means the Shimikaze must be ahead of us somewhere. Now, we are being targeted by 2 ships, and we are no longer, so it must mean that he probably has gone off to the right, since the torpedoes look like they were being dispersed from a ship going out east. So I go ahead and get my guns to bear, and there is the enemy Shimikaze. Now I do not have to worry about his torpedoes. He has fired them all. Now he has a slight advantage because he's actually pulling behind an island and is being hidden while I cannot really shoot ahead of him. you know, it's a fun mechanic. Looks like the Shimakaze went ahead and popped smoke, and we are being detected, and the enemy Khabarovsk is actually behind us shooting. So this quickly means I need to drop smoke so I cannot be detected by the enemy Khabarovsk. Since the Shimakaze is no longer able to spot us, I can actually disappear. Go ahead, drop both my torpedoes, hoping he's within that smoke screen. But something tells me he is not. Now we have just lost our Minotaur to the enemy Missouri. Once again, citadels and big shells don't really mix. Now the Shimakaze obviously is not in that smoke screen, which means he's pushed around, and there he is, still on fire, and we take him out. But he does leave us a parting gift, which is unfortunate. We've lost our engine. Our damage control is still on cooldown, but we're gonna quickly get that back up. Now the other Minotaur does take out the enemy Missouri, which is good, but you can see that we are pushed out, and all that's left on our team is a Grossovoy, a Hipper, and a Donskoy versus a Minotaur, a Neptune, a Hindenburg, a Hoboloshk, and I believe a Kagero. Yeah, I believe the enemy Kageros is still around. Now the Hoboloshk does go down, so we are now once again even with the enemy team. The enemy team is taking control of B. We are currently taking control of A. We have held on to C, which is actually a really good thing, because without C, we would not have been able to kind of keep ahead in points as we have been. Now the Minotaur has pushed into B. I have switched over to armor piercing, hoping to get that broadside, but unfortunately he does turn in, and all my armor piercing is going to be for naught. So I go ahead and fire a salvo. Probably should have switched over to high explosive right there. And good thing is he's the only one who was spotting me, which is really nice. We do get a actual penetration there. And we get a few more, not too bad. Now the friendly Donskoy does take out the enemy Kagero. Now for once we are actually ahead in ships compared to the enemy team, but it's a tier 9, a tier 8 cruiser versus a two tier 9 destroyers and a tier 9 cruiser and tier 8 cruiser versus, I think, 2 tier 10 cruisers and 1 tier 9 cruiser as well. And those are, at least 2 of them are British cruisers, and 1 is definitely a Hindenburg, which I do not want to deal with. Now the Minotaur does drop torpedoes, and we are easily able to outspeed those, no problem at all. Now I go ahead and decide to meet back up with my team. I think it would be more beneficial if we work together as a group, and this does benefit us quite well. Now, good thing about the Hoboloshk is that she can speed around the island very quickly. I go ahead, check my torpedoes. Torpedoes are very slow for the Hoboloshk. I think they only do around 55 knots, and it looks like the Minotaur just got out of the way. It probably had hydroacoustics and quickly sped up. Now the Grossovoy has dropped torpedoes, and the Minotaur does take a pretty big hit. I'm hoping to get around this island, but I think he's gonna get away just for a little bit longer, which is unfortunate. Now the friendly Grossovoy, high praise to you because you did a fantastic job. We get around the corner, and there we are spotted, and the Minotaur is bringing his guns to bear, and actually I think we're fine. Fortunately, I think he had other issues to deal with, but the enemy Neptune does step into B. And once again, that's a tier 9 British cruiser. One I do not really want to deal with. So the Grossovoy actually goes ahead and drops a smoke. Now, fortunately for us, the Neptune is being detected, and he is showing us a broadside. And even a lowly destroyer can get a citadel on a Neptune. Looks like the Neptune is trying to pop smoke and is trying to slow up at the exact same time. We get 3 citadels on the Neptune, but any moment now he should be able to go down. Can we get the kill? There we go. 2 more citadels and 1 dead Neptune. Now that was a really good play on the Grossovoy that laid down that smoke screen. Fortunately, we were able to get our guns on that Neptune without receiving any damage. Now we do have to be kind of careful that the Neptune could have dropped torpedoes, so I'm going to take a very close snug against this island. And yes, the Neptune has dropped torpedoes. Now that's all that's left on the enemy team is the Hindenburg. And the Hindenburg actually went to sea to try to cap. So game came really close down to the wire. I'm very satisfied with the way that our team worked out, even considering we're with a tier 8 cruiser and a tier 9 cruiser versus two tier 10 cruisers and a tier 9 cruiser. So I'm satisfied with that. Hindenburg comes around, and it looks like he's actually going to be aggressive. Now he does have to make a play. If he does not make a play, his team will lose. So I'm trying to predict where he's going to be. He's going to be turning, which means that right now he's a little bit slow, but once he gets fully turned out, he's going to speed up. So I go ahead and plan my torpedoes a little bit ahead of where he is at the moment, and we'll see how these torpedoes go. Once again, Khabarovsk torpedoes very slow in water, which might surprise most people because they're not really expecting it. Yeah, I think we might be able to get lucky here. Just maybe. Any moment now. There we go. 1 torpedo, 2 earn a Confederate. Yeah, this Hindenburg is going to go down. There we go. 1 dead Hindenburg. So as you can see, we earned a victory. We received 587,924 silver, 6,204 XP, and 311 free XP. We earned Confederate and Devastating Strike. We did 117,160 points of damage, 153 shell hits, 3 torpedo hits, 8 incapacitation, 4 kills, 4 fires, 3 floods, 5 citadels, 1 base capture, and 1 assisted capture. We earned top of the team with a base XP of 2,668. We did 42,000 against the enemy Hindenburg, around 20,000 against the Neptune, around 13,000 against the Shimikaze, and a lowly 650 against the enemy Atago. Yeah, I know I kind of secured that kill, but it was securing a kill kind of redundant with what I just said. So after everything was said and done, 349,364, and I really do love my Khabarovsk. It's a fun destroyer. I don't know how the gearing is now. I'm kind of concerned because the gearing was kind of known for using the invisifiring technique, which once again I kind of understand. It is very annoying. I don't like how they just completely wiped out the invisifiring technique. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see as I progress up through the US destroyer line. But anyways, this is going to be it for this episode of Funday Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.